My favorite exercise for working the entire spine and extension, to get every vertebra to work and lengthen the entire spine under load. So this is a very dynamic exercise, but I have a overhead press machine here, and I'm going to start. I have this little back arch, so I'm going to place this on the seat, and as I sit, I'm going to scoot it forward so my sitting bones are hanging off the back. So they're right off the edge here, which drops the pelvis, relaxes the hips, and now my lumbar spine is against the back support, and I feel very comfortable. Now I have a half roller, 6-inch roller, and I'm going to place this on the lower ribs and just lean against it. So if I just sit here and lean against that, now I got to put the support a little forward so I can drop down, so my lumbar is just getting pulled down and opening. I'm going to press my hands on my thighs and just push back over the roller that much. So I'm not changing the relationship of my head and my chest. I'm thinking of the head and spine going back, which pushes down through the thoracic. That roller just pivots just a little bit. So wherever that half roller is, it's going to mobilize and stabilize those vertebrae. So I can just articulate wherever I put this. I'm going to raise it up a little bit, then I drop down even more in my sitting bones. So even doing this with no weight works the entire spine. Plus with sitting off, I have a lower center of gravity, which allows me to anchor the pelvis as I push back from my head, so the whole spine works in a long arc. Get it a little bit higher. And as I do that, that belly has to lengthen in front. Okay, that's good. So now, we've got just a couple plates on here, and I'm going to use an over grip, wide grip. It's easier to hold here. So now I have my arms straight. I'm not even holding on. I just have the heel of the hands. So dropping the shoulders in the socket. And I'm just going to lean back again. Generally, it's easier if you breathe in. Bring the back of the head back without changing the angle and lifting my chin. And then I'll go a little bit higher. So I started a little bit high there. I should start lower. And I'm just going to lean back over. And as I do that, I'll have the feet a little forward, almost like I'm pushing with the feet, as if I'm just going to go backwards. That's about as far as I need to go. I'm going to do one in the lower ribs, like down here. I should have started there. So now that belly really lengthens. I can go back further here. So I'm asking those upper abs just to stretch. And those ribs open up. Now just doing that felt pretty good. And I feel even longer and taller sitting here. I have all this contact with the back of my spine. So that's pretty good. But we're going to go further. We're going to do more. Now I'm going to do the over grip without the half roller. And again, my arms are straight and I'm leaning back. Now this time I'm going to flex the ankles and kind of dig in my heels. So as I dig in the heels, I'm going to push the sitting bones down and I'm going to try to sit up. And it's just a little bit. So that belly really has to lengthen. So I'm thinking of my chest going forward to the wall, but my head going up. So I don't want the head to lead or I don't get that extension. So I'm just up and keeping those arms straight. And then if I go up again, I can pull the elbows apart to bend them. And instead of pulling the elbows down, I want to feel like I keep going forward, just protracting those shoulder blades. Let my body take that in. So I can feel every muscle in the back working. Now I'm going to do a neutral grip. Take it up. So I'll flex the ankles again. And now as I sit up, same thing. I'm thinking about, I'm gonna have a grip this time and feel like I'm pulling those hands to the wall behind me. So when the elbows bend, I go up to the elbows. I don't want to let the weight come down and compress my spine. So I'm just sitting up tall. And the more I sit up, the more the elbows will go out to the side. And if I just use one arm, I would rotate away. And then after doing that, you stand up and you feel the results of your work. Chest is lifted now, the back after working, totally relaxed, lumbar anchored in the sacrum, and you'll feel tall without that sense of having to pull back. It actually brings you forward on the feet. If I lift up, it would start taking me forward.